My name is Suman Dutta. I am taking care of the entire designing department of Srimati Techno Institute that include mainly fashion designing and interior designing.
Okay. And being a faculty of this college, okay, what are your roles and responsibility to as a student?
Being a faculty, my first role is to make my student absolutely concept clear about the subject they are taking training. That is my first role. Suppose a student doing fashion designing, student should have concept how fashion market is going on. What are the new trends coming up? Same to interior designing. That is my first responsibility, what I feel. Second, there are lots of changes as far design course is concerned. So I always initiate my student to cope with the changes, make the research work very strong, and that I feel enough to crack the job placements.
Okay. So how do you try to bring in a practical approach towards student subjects and make it industry oriented?
See, this industry is something like if I am talking about fashion designing or interior designing, this is entirely practical based on it. So in our curriculum, we have to introduce so many simulation techniques. We have to create actual work environment within the classroom in form of seminars, in form of workshop, in form of presentation, and in form of several role plays. That exactly what we are conducting. So that's exactly where students are coming up from their comfort zone, which is very much necessary, and that is our job, and that make us our job fulfill, and it definitely takes the student to their desired objectives.
Okay. So what are the best practices offered by the department to the students which help them to gain necessary skills?
Right. First, as I already told you about the simulation technique, that is one technique we definitely follow throughout the year in their course curriculum. That is very helpful. And then we are coming up with two shows. One is thinking, that is entirely meant for interior designing, also fashion. At some extent, it's basically an exhibition, seminar come workshop, and it's very much helpful to bridge the gap between industry and student. That is for interior designing. And for fashion designing students, see, those who are doing fashion designing, I always suggest if you don't do fashion show, that is ultimately not helpful for you to be a complete designer. So my student participated in fashion show, which is popularly known as Prismatic, that is organized by Srimati Techno Institute, and that is the place where they showcase their design to the fashion world as well as to the fashion fraternity, and they definitely gain their confidence on that.
How do you help your student to cope up with the competition being so high in the outside world?
I feel I don't give the student the easy pictures of the market. I give them a difficult picture where I say, when you all are competitor to yourself only. Those who are thinking that they are friends from the class, but ultimately at the time of interview, they all are competitors. Right? That is one strategy we follow. Next, what is very important, that when they are into market, means they are into open arena where they will not only face the Srimati Techno Institute student, but maybe from students from other institute. So I always believe in a complete product. So my students, my Srimati Techno Institute students are not only technically expert, but they are very much well versed with their communication and their leadership ability, and they are ultimately going to help them in their future.
Okay, and the last question, sir. So, do you have any extracurricular activities program to enhance the skill of the students to expose them to the real world challenge?
See, I already told you about our two shows, that is Thinking and Prismatic. Both are extracurricular activities. Definitely give a live demonstration of the real world. Apart from that, we do several classroom activities in form of workshop, in form of presentations, in front of panel members. Like there are judges from outside world, that means they are designers. So the way they will gain their confidence, which is actually required, because students know, but what they are lacking is in their confidence level. So this is the way what we do and how we manage the thing.
That's all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.